We are currently minus £177 in the hole. Today we need to start crawling back towards the light. This is episode number 36 of Profit or Loss, where I take faulty eBay electronics, try and fix them and sell them for a profit. And believe me when I say we need a win this episode. Speaking of wins, an absolutely massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. More on them in a minute. Looking at our first item of the day, it's a PlayStation 4 original console that doesn't have any power. I purchased this for £43, which going by the listings of faulty PlayStation 4 consoles on eBay is actually a pretty good price. And if I can fix it, would be nice profit. Condition wise, it's actually pretty nice. We are missing the warranty stickers on the back of the console, and that is because the seller for this PlayStation has already tried a power supply. So it's not going to be a simple power supply swap. I do know that the South Bridge can go faulty in these consoles, which can also cause a no power, but hopefully we can inspect and see what's going on. Whilst I go ahead and put the power in this PS4, I will gladly just disclaimer myself and say that I am not a PS4 repair connoisseur. In fact, I'm actually pretty newbie when it comes to trying to fix PS4s. Do we get a beep or anything like that? No, we get nothing. Nothing on the eject. Nothing on the power. Okay, do we get the hard drive, right? Yep. Okay, so we get a hard drive in the system, which is nice. Let's strip it down a little bit further. Just taking the power supply out, and to be honest with you, it doesn't look like anyone's been inside this console further than just replacing the power supply, which I have taken out, and it's over here. There were 2 screws missing, but the seller said they tried a different power supply, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to trust the seller and assume that this power supply is good. Maybe later on that will come back to haunt me. I also know there's a bunch of different models for the PlayStation originals as well, but again, I'm not massively familiar with them. And to be honest, part of that is because when they go on sale on eBay, the faulty ones, they generally go pretty quick. So I think I was quite lucky to get this one for the price that I did. Have they replaced that thermal paste? Potentially. It looks pretty liquidy, hey? Yeah, that's definitely been replaced. That is not factory thermal paste. First things first, as usual, a general inspection around the board. Make sure we have none of that green corrosion-y stuff anywhere. The PS4s that I've worked on have mostly just been at work, and it would have been stuff like the HDMI ports, for example. But if I'm being completely honest with you, this board is looking relatively clean. But I think I said that about the MacBook board, and then all of a sudden I saw some green corrosion. Do you see a little bit of a dusty area here? Is that just dust? Yes, it is. Okay, so multimeter in continuity mode. Do we have a short? Okay, so that's ground. So where I'm measuring here is ground. This isn't. So I'm assuming this is fine, this area. If I put the meter in diode mode, what reading do I actually get on this cap? I get 0.5, 0.6 voltage drop. So I'll go ahead and have a quick skim around the board to see if I can find any shorted components or anything that's weird. Let's not listen to Joey earlier, and let's just check this power supply. Now I am just going to use my teleportation skills to sort out this situation. Right, my teleportation device actually worked. And I have another PS4 power supply. What I've just realized though is I don't think you can test the 12 volt line without enabling the 5. So I think this journey might have been a waste, but I'm going to test it anyway. Now, yeah, as I was saying, what I believe you need to do, and I could be wrong, so if someone feel free to correct me, you've got the 5 volt rail on this plug here, and you actually need this to be enabled in order to measure the 12 volts that you have at the bottom of the power supply here. This is the one that I got from the shop, and I'm going to try it anyway, because why not? Before I test this new power supply, I am just going to quickly clean out this fan, because it is disgusting. Now, I have everything back together on this PS4 in order to test. I haven't put the screws back for obvious reasons, but I have put the hard drive back, as well as it has sufficient cooling. I've cleaned out the fan, etc. I just want to see if maybe their power supply that they used was a dud one. Before we go ahead with the grand reveal, let's talk about today's sponsor of the video, Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can design your own website with ease. Even I've been able to do it. I thought my website could do with a new look, so I used Squarespace to give it a little bit of personality. Their website templates make it easy to get things started. Just choose a template that best resembles your design or start from scratch. Now enter Fluid Engine. Easily my favorite feature with Squarespace. It allowed me to customize every aspect of my template design by using a simple drag and drop method. Everything about it is super intuitive, it doesn't need to be complex. As you know, I've started offering repairs as a service, and it allowed me to create my repair form easily. The cherry on top for me was using the asset library. From here I could upload my own content or use the stock images, both free and premium, to fit the website design. Head over to squarespace.com to start your free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website, go to squarespace.com/JoeyDoesTech to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The link to that will be in the description down below. Now back to the video. Okay, complete moment of truth. Here we go. I'm not going to plug in HDMI because I don't want to get too hopeful. The button that we press is this one. Do we get anything, a beep or anything? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We do. We get a beep. I get a blue light. Does that turn to a white light? I think that's what it's meant to turn into, like the PS5 one does. Oh, it beeps on and beeps off. Try it again. So I get a beep, which is already 10 times better, but I don't get anything on here. Try again. Beep. We get a blue light. When it just turns off. It just turns off. I can almost hear like a click as well, so I don't know, maybe it's a faulty hard drive. But if I go and press it now, after it's just beeped off, I press the button, I don't get any blue lights. And then I press it again, and I get a blue light. The person who sold me this console may have tried another power supply, seen this error, and been like, oh, yeah, we're not going to be able to fix this. Let's sell it as just no power with the old power supply. It's definitely a possibility. Anything can happen on eBay. It just really sucks. I heard the beep, I got filled with excitement and joy, and now I'm back down at the bottom because we simply just get a beep and a blue light, and then it just turns off. Yeah, I can hear the hard drive click and then it turns off. So I'm going to try and change out the hard drive. I mean, look, it's a step closer to fixing it. But as far as I'm aware, a blue light and then off can be anything. Very much so like the PS5s. I've already checked for shorts on the board as well. Could be bad APU. Who knows at this point? Another hard drive put in. It's a 1 terabyte, but it's a clean disk. So we should at least see something. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Blue light. Come on. Oh, it done the same thing. So I heard the noise, I heard the click, and then it shut off. So I don't think it's the hard drive because I have the old one here. What about without a hard drive? What happens when we don't put a hard drive in? Same thing, just on and off. Just going to make sure I've put everything back correctly as I should. I think I have. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't have, but I'm just going to double check these things. All right, I have checked everything. I'll try and boot it into safe mode. So to try and boot into safe mode, we need to hold down the power button until we hear a second beep. But I don't know if we're going to get to a second beep. No second beep. Okay. I'm quickly running out of ideas here. I've just checked over all of the fuses as well because they can go bad. The fuses are around the disk drive area, but again, seem to be absolutely fine. And I've checked this fuse over here as well. All fuses are okay. I've spent another 15-20 minutes looking around the board to see if I can spot anything, but everything seems to be measuring as accurately as it can be. I think I'm just going to have to take this one on the chin and maybe look at reselling it as faulty just with everything that I've done and see if I can recoup any of my money back. But for the time being, that is going to be another loss. Let's take a look at item number 2. This is a Pokemon Pokedex that I paid a total of £15 for. I actually showed this off in a live stream recently, but look at this. Even the condition of it is really, really clean. The sticker itself doesn't show much wear and tear at all. Buttons aren't very worn. The only thing I would say is that the sticker on the back is, again, I mean, 1995, you're going to expect some stuff like this. Slight rust on the screws as well. We are missing a screw here, which does worry me. And just a few slight scratches on the front, but otherwise really, really, really great condition. I do remember having one of these when I was younger. Now the problem is it doesn't turn on, so I'm pressing the on button but nothing happens. Try some very basic stuff. There is a reset button. Has that made a difference? No. Okay, let's take it apart. I think they're just Phillips screws. Yeah, they are. Hopefully they're all the same size. Yeah, I think they are. Good stuff. Imagine if this is something as simple as just the batteries needed changing. This is the main battery door and this is the backup battery door, apparently. Surely that can't be it. There's no batteries. Oh, we've got a little buzzer here. Look at this. Wow. This is where the 2 batteries sit, but look at this PCB. How cool is that? And again, pretty spotless on the inside. I'm hoping we just put a couple of batteries in and it works. Quite a big chip there, but that looks okay. This one here doesn't look damaged in any way, shape or form, so it should be alright. That's just dropped out from somewhere. Where was that, in there? I'm assuming so. Oh yeah, that's the reset button. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, let me get some little batteries. Okay, here we go. Which way is up? It's showing that side is up, so we'll put that in. Do we get power? Was it just a battery? Here we go. No, we don't. Oh, so it wasn't just a battery then. So somebody's taken the batteries out to make use of them, perhaps. No, it's not liking it, is it? Okay, interesting. That may be a little bit silly. I'm just going to try the one next to it. Nothing. Okay. Positive and negative, 3.3. Is it a connection issue? So if I just put that there. Oh, wait a minute. It might just be a connection issue. There we go. We get something on the screen. Oh. What? What's that? Looks strange. Okay. Let's take it out and try again. Nothing. Oh, the buzzer's ripped off, but that's not going to be our issue. Okay. Wow. Look at this. The LCD is not actually protected by anything. move this over to the side for the time being. Let's do some inspecting. I've just brought it over the scope, and these are the contacts for the screen. I've never seen something like this. The screen, it's just fell off, by the way. The screen has literally just fell off. So what I'm assuming is that the screen isn't soldered to the board. It's just using this, like, whatever this is. This doohickey here makes a contact with these pads like that, and that's how it displays. So I wonder if there's a bit of a dodgy connection, which is why I had that little bit of an issue with the screen. But there is also a chip here. Now this chip is obviously under some glue. I'll tell you what, let's clean the contacts that we have along here and just see if it is a bit of a screen issue. Just using some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton swab. Voice over Joey here. For some reason, I hit mute on OBS when I was recording. The screen didn't work when we put it back together, so I carried on just inspecting the board thoroughly. I done a bunch of diode readings. I measured in resistance mode to check the resistance of the resistors that were on the board. Unfortunately for this, I've either put it down to the chip that's behind the screen on the other side of the board, or perhaps the screen itself. We'll leave that one for the live stream. We might be able to fix it, we might not be able to, but it'll be good if we learn together. I do have one more item that I actually received for free from a viewer. The pressure is still on to fix it, but if I don't end up fixing it, I don't lose any money with Sally. This is a Launchpad Mini by Novation. I really hope I can fix it, because at the moment, not only am I letting myself down, I'm letting you guys down. We need to see a fix. It has been weeks. I don't have any aspirations personally to become a DJ, but I feel like that's what this is for, or to make some sick beats. I've been told that it's no power. We do have a micro USB port down here, so I've got a feeling it's something to do with that. I've actually just got to work out how we take this apart. I think it might have been taken apart before then, so I don't think it should be this easy to take this off. Just give the corner down here a little bit of heat, because it's taking a little bit to get off. 5 screws by the looks of it. There we go, all the same size. Does this just pop out the chassis now? All right, there we go. It's like a PCIe slot. Ah, it's just as simple as that. It's almost as simple as the Pokemon Pokedex. Let's head on over to the microscope and check out the port itself. And how does it look then? Not horrendous, but also not great. Pins look intact. The outer chassis doesn't wiggle. Does the inner plastic wiggle? No, it doesn't. Okay, here are the pins. The pins look pretty solid if you ask me. Yeah, they are. Circuitry's all pretty much in one place. I can't see any... Oh, hold on. What? I think I found the issue. Even though this coil is damaged, I'm assuming that's still okay. Do we have a continuous path from here to here? Yes, we do. Okay, so this coil essentially is all right, even though it's not looking great. Looks like the U is usually like a transistor, like a 3-pin. So my assumption is that we have this cap here. A transistor goes here and then splits off to here and here. I don't know what that transistor is going to be. I've got no idea. I thought no power, lovely. Most probably going to be some sort of port issue. Continuous. Make sure that goes there. It does. I actually believe this is ground. This whole pad here. Yeah, it's ground. So this side of this cap is supposedly meant to be ground, right? Which it is. This side is not. Goes to this cap through this and to this via here. So do we have continuity from there to this cap? Yes, we do, but obviously we're not going to get anywhere else, right? This transistor obviously has a job on this board to do something with the incoming connection we have. In terms of soldering, wouldn't really be too much of an issue, if I'm being honest. It would just be a case of we put the transistor here, and then we put the pin going to here. But I don't know what's meant to go there. I'm also not smart enough to figure it out, if I'm being honest with you. So what I'm going to do is try and look up some schematics for this board to see if I can find out what component is meant to go here, but I'm very doubtful that I'm going to be able to find them. Wish me luck. Shock, I've managed to find a bunch of menus, but I cannot find schematics for this board, and without the schematics I'm not going to be able to replace that component. If someone has a Launchpad Mini, feel free to leave what component that might be in the comment section down below. Even then, trying to find the values for that transistor is going to be almost impossible. I've just had a look for a faulty board on eBay as well, just to see if I can steal the component, but you can actually buy these on eBay used for about £22, and that's working. But there are no faulty boards on eBay either where I can take the part and just stick it on that to make it work. A really tough day in the office today. Another 3 items that I haven't been able to fix. Let's head on over to Sally and upset her. Episode number 36, £58 in the minus in total today, giving us a total loss of £235 and 39 pence. Days in the office recently aren't looking so great. Remember to check out squarespace.com for a free trial and use my URL here to save yourself 10% on your first domain or website. Link for that will also be in the description, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button and I will see you in the next one. Peace.